I'm going to review a Regency mystery. It's by Ashley Gardner and it's called The Hanover Square Affair. It's the first in a series about Captain Lacey, a half-bay cavalry officer. Captain Lacey comes across a riot in a square and he helps a gentleman who is hurt in the riot. He manages to get him home, and from there he finds out that the gentleman who was hurt is actually, he was shouting at someone who lived in the square because he thinks he's involved in the disappearance of his daughter and the daughter's maid. The young girl is a respectable young girl who used to go out shopping with her maid, and one day she goes out in the carriage and doesn't come back. He can get no one to help him. In those days the runners are just starting to take over and investigate things, but nobody can find out what's happened to these girls. So Captain Lacey's at a loose end. He doesn't really know many people in London, so he decides to investigate. Along the way he draws in another gentleman who he's met when he was stopping a robbery in his house, and they become acquaintances really more than friends, but gradually the friendship develops, and in this story they work together. So the other gentleman is rich. He's the darling of society. He can make or break a person just by looking at them or making some kind of sign that he disapproves of them or he approves, but he's also very bored. So he's quite happy to help Captain Lacey investigate, because also they think possibly a politician is involved, so they're looking at corruption. Along the way, Captain Lacey meets the head of the criminal gang who virtually runs London and also has something on a lot of high up aristocracy and politicians, and he not exactly blackmails them, but he gets things done by getting something that they're ashamed of, and they have to do things that he wants to keep things quiet. Captain Lacey won't be bought, he won't be threatened. He does end up getting beaten up for his trouble, but he comes across as a really fiery character, an interesting character, and the series really it is developing into an interesting series because I'm currently on book 4. If you like historical novels, Ashley Gardner writes romances as well as mysteries, and there are quite a lot on Overdrive, so if you want to go and have a look, let me know how you get on, and if you've read any of the books that she's written, let me know how you enjoyed them. I'd recommend this one because as the series goes along, each character develops even more. So it's not just about the mystery, it's also about the characters and their interaction with each other. So I hope you enjoy it. Hello, it's Diane. I'm going to be reading a review by Richard, one of our contributors, who has sent one in about the Sam Wyndham novels by Abia Mukherjee. So, written by Abia Mukherjee, the Sam Wyndham series of novels follows the career of Captain Sam Wyndham and his sidekick Sergeant Surendrath Banerjee, who, owing to the difficulty everyone in the British community, and me, has in pronouncing his Christian name, is commonly known as Surrender Not. There have been 4 books in the series so far, and they are set in India at a time of the British Raj in the 1920s, where Sam has left England to join the Calcutta police force. As well as battling with the superiors and the great difficulty of the feelings of the Indian people and their wish to become an independent nation, Sam also has his own demons to face in his addiction to opium. Somewhat like Sherlock Holmes, he often has to resort to opiates when all else fails. The book I have just finished reading is the 3rd in the series, called Smoke and Ashes. It's also available on Overdrive because I've checked, as of 5 of this series. Set in the year 1921, it tells the story of Sam finding a corpse in an opium den, but when a second body turns up, he's convinced a serial killer is on the loose. He cannot, however, reveal that he was in the opium den when the first murder was committed. Sam and Surrender Not set out to solve the 2 murders in a book that is really entertaining and a very good read. The author's evocation of Calcutta and the many different characters from both sides of the community really bring the series of books to life, and I thoroughly recommend them to lovers of a good detective story. So that's Smoke and Ashes by Abia Mukherjee. So I hope you like it. If you've read any, let us know how you get on, and thanks to Richard for sending it in to us. Thank you.